Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing the Infiniti Q50. I do apologize if I can't get the iPad here to operate, but this is actually what looks to be a white pearl that is actually decked out in. Notice the front end grille there as well. That's more of a sport design, which most of your sedans are going to. Personally, I don't like it. If it's a sedan, it should be a sedan, but that's the look that we're actually going to in the automobile industry now. One of the things that actually quite surprises me about the vehicle is how long it is. So if you actually look at the vehicle here, a very long vehicle, but no real reason why it should actually be that long. The front end. So let's talk about that for a second, because most of your cars today are actually well balanced, but when you actually look at the front end, it's a very long nose. There's a lot of weight on that front end. When you drive the vehicle, one of the things that you'll quickly notice is how much weight is actually on the front end, because it's almost as if you're driving a plane, but at the same time, it's an automobile. It drives very heavy. When you look as well, it's got a V6 3.7 liter engine. One of the surprising things is when you actually lift the hood, and you heard me talk about no substance. So when you actually look at the hood, you can nod. I don't think that doesn't sound like quality material, and the reason why I do that is because if you're ever in an accident, you want to hear something that's going to sound as if it's going to protect you. To me, that doesn't quite get it. Now, when you look at the engine, though, that is actually quite impressive, because when you look there, helps to cool the engine on both sides. That's a very nice look from an engine standpoint. When you roll around, we go to the interior. Now, keep in mind, this is a 2015 model. One of the things that actually surprises me is when you go and you actually shut the door, notice the outside mirror. The outside mirror, and I don't know if you can hear that, but the outside mirror, you have vibration, and it actually makes a little slight rattling noise. 2015, 1,500 miles. Definitely keep that in mind. From an interior standpoint, this doesn't quite get it, the look. It doesn't quite say luxury. Now, of course, this does. Very nice, leather look. But when you add in the whole 9 yards, it doesn't quite say luxury to me. And one of the things that really annoyed me is when you pull the door handle, it doesn't unlock the door. Now, from an interior standpoint, no substance, no design on the seats. Kind of plain Jane there. And when you look as well, behind the steering wheel, this is a very cockpit-oriented look. From the interior, from the front end passenger and driver's seat, you feel very well engulfed, very well surrounded. You're not going to spread your legs for comfort very easily. And there again, on the drive, it drives like a big vehicle with a lot of hesitation before you actually accelerate. You can see some of the materials of the car as well, all the way down to some of the fashion that they actually have around the windowsill here. Doesn't say much from a luxury standpoint. There again, not a lot of substance, a lot of look, but not a lot of substance. When you roll to the back, you would think it would be a low profile wheel, but it actually is more of a standard wheel, which would probably be cheaper if you're looking for that. The exhaust. Now, this is one thing that gets me when you look from a manufacturer standpoint. The lowest thing you see there are two bars actually coming from those rear exhaust pipes. That's your exhaust line. That's one of the lowest things on an automobile. So guess what? If you run over something, or if you happen to, anything rolls up on your car, you're pretty much going to cause some damage. As well, going into the interior, storage, got to think about that. That's not stroller material. Now, yes, you can do golf clubs. You can see they've got it very well indented on both sides. But when you talk about strollers, when you talk about traveling, when you talk about going to Disney with a family, family of 4, family of 3, that may not cut it. Brand new car, you may wind up renting a car. So all in all, that's the tag. Don't be alarmed by the rattle, but even when I close the trunk, not a lot of substance. Doesn't sound like much. Sounds like a piece of tin just closing. All in all, 2015 Infiniti Q50, and just to show you I'm not being partial, this only has 1,500 miles. So definitely keep that in mind. This is something there again that I think you're spending right around the realm of $40,000 to $50,000. Definitely something to consider when you consider all the cars that's going to be in are on the same playing field as this vehicle.